tale of the tape for this one. The much taller fighter is King, and of course he's going to have the reach advantage tonight against Delgado.
We are now set to go 8 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing to you first, out of the blue corner. He is wearing the black trunks, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, officially weighing in at 185.3 pounds, holding a professional record of 8 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, hailing from Turlock, California, presenting Marco El Muñeco Delgado. His opponent across the ring, out of the red corner. He is wearing the black trunks trimmed in gold, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, officially weighing in at 178.7 pounds, holding a professional record of 18 victories, 1 defeat, 14 of his victories coming by way of knockout. He is the pride of San Bernardino, California. Introducing Lawrence King. The referee in charge, Gerard White.
Lawrence, Marco, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Both of you guys know what I expect out of you. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my command at all times. I'm going to let him work to here. I'm going to let him work to here. Let's go to work, guys.
Gerard White, the third man of the ring. Zachary Young, Lou Moret, and Carla Caiz are judges for our 5th bout of the night. Lawrence King with a record of 18-1, but he's a fighter, has been inactive, and he's reaching his peak years. And because of the weight issues or not being able to give fights, that's been the issue for the southpaw, who has a lot of talent, Mike, and I know you like him.
You know, I've known Lawrence his whole career. When I was working with Ryan Garcia, Lawrence and Ryan were good friends, and I remember when Lawrence turned pro, this is the best I've seen his body look. When I talked to him before the fight, I kind of even told him, like, you got a good record. You're going to need to be on that world-class stage if you're really going to do something. And, you know, it looks like he put the work in. And he's in against a tough guy, an awkward, tough guy who has fought a lot of undefeated fighters.
Grew up in the high desert with Ryan Garcia. Ryan's father, Henry, was actually training him for a bit. So they'd go around the amateur scene for a while. They'd come in the pro. So when Ryan was doing camps in San Diego, you were down there. You would see him, and he would be on those cards with them. And it was always like, okay, there's something there with this kid, but he's got to get out of third gear.
I've always thought that, and that's a great analogy, to get out of third gear as he lands a good right hook right there. If he shortens that up and he maintains his range right now, he already knows that he's got the reach advantage, and he can touch his opponent with that.
Yeah, the talent is there. It's just about putting it together with Trevor Sombrano, now his trainer.
And I think that's what everybody's, as he lands a good straight left hand, that's what he needs to do. And I think that's what DMG wants to see him do. His manager, you know, his trainers.
I mean, he's got the charisma, he's got the sell. But, you know, how many guys have you seen? A lot of sizzle, but no steak. This is what Lawrence King needs to show us now.
And I think he's, in this first round, he is showing that.
Yeah, I haven't seen this before.
And I like to see it.
Yeah, uppercuts, hooks from King.
You know, a lot of guys come and they say this is the best camp I've ever had, and you can look at him and know that wasn't the best camp they've ever had. When Lawrence told me that this time, I actually believed him, and I'm rooting for him. It's been a good first opening 2 minutes for him, and I think everything that Delgado wanted to do, he hasn't been able to do because Lawrence has been landing some good, crisp punches, and he buzzed him with that straight left hand right there.
Yeah, Delgado breathing heavy here in the opening round. One of those body shots he doesn't like. Not that anybody likes them, but especially those.
I like the way referee Gerard White's letting him fight. And you know what? Who also comes from pedigree? Gerard White went to high school with Tommy Hearns.
That's right.
And he is the third cousin, meaning his grandmother was first cousin to the legendary Sugar Ray Robinson.
That is lineage right there.
Absolutely, and I just like everything that Lawrence King has done in this first round.
This was scheduled for 8 rounds, our 5th bout of the night, DMG Promotions. Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California.
And one thing about DMG, Beto, the DJ, in between fights and in between rounds, if I ever get married again, I'm hiring this guy. If you ever get married again, I'm hiring this guy.
And I'm going to make sure that guy's not available, so no wedding.
You can already see that the Delgado's face is marked up, and I think he came in here, I'm not saying this fight is over, but he came in here with high hopes, looking to disrupt the apple cart. And Lawrence King landed some good hard shots, and he's already breathing hard in that corner.
Delgado, with a record of 8-6, he's a journeyman in more ways than one. He is also a journeyman outside of the boxing ring, working construction, a good union man in Turlock, California. He's never been knocked out, though. I saw him a few years ago when Tom Lawford was starting the 360 shows. At the Quiet Cannon, he fought the late Sam Kilic.
Cem Kilic, yeah. And I worked with Cem, who was from Germany.
Yeah, you might have worked that show.
I did, and I actually worked with Cem a couple of times.
And Cem was good, but Delgado frustrated him a bit that night. We thought he saw that fight.
He's a tough guy. You could tell. He gets up every morning and has his lunch pail, and he goes to work, and he does the same thing in the ring. I mean, he's not getting the benefit of the doubt on decisions. He's not getting any easy touches. And he's running into the best version that I've seen in his career of Lawrence King. Yeah. As Lawrence lands a good over-the-top left hook, he's measuring him. He's maintaining his range. And any hope right now that Delgado had, Lawrence King is shutting that down.
Yeah, King is looking very, very sharp, elusive.
Well, hats off to his trainers, because right now, and I don't want to jump the gun here, but he looks fantastic.
It's almost like you want to say, about time. We've been waiting for this version.
And I've known this kid since he was 17 years old.
This is why you always hear his name about the up-and-coming prospects. It's like, okay, you would hear it, but show me something. He's doing it tonight.
You know, and because of his record, he's in the WBA rankings for whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
But like you said, he has to show it right here as he lands a good shot.
Good body work from King, trying to load up and connect. But Medrano takes him. This is for the WBA, NABA Light Heavyweight Championship. So one of those that gets you into the rankings, right? It's one of those regional belts that you need.
But I think the most important thing is the way he's looking. That's gonna send the biggest message.
Especially at the light heavyweight division where he'll compete.
I mean, he's got the size, he's got the looks, he's got the frame. And I like even what he's doing defensively in there.
Or that punch from El Muñeco.
But what he did is he smothered that shot.
I'm sorry, this is not for the WBA. This is for the next fight.
The Sam Arnold, yes.
Good, Mike.
And because Delgado came in overweight, this is actually a cruiserweight fight.
Technically, yep.
Beto, would you be a cruiserweight?
Nah, I'm super heavy, baby.
Okay.
I'm not getting on no scale at all. Oh, good shot from King. As blood from the nose of Delgado now as he got punched on the bridge of the nose.
And maybe Delgado actually thought that he was going to get a previous version of Lawrence King.
That's a good point. Because if you study any kind of film, King didn't look like this.
And sometimes Lawrence doesn't fight like there's a sense of urgency, and tonight he is. Looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And speaking of having a good time, the DJ keeps it going. All the fans here for Friday Night Fights in Long Beach from DMG, everybody's having a good time. As we go to some highlights, as you can see, Lawrence penning Delgado in the corner, maintaining his range. I like that, measuring with that jab, using his jab also as a defense and a rangefinder, and is able to clean up those nice uppercut shots. And when you have a big target like Delgado, Beto, there's a lot to hit, both upstairs and downstairs.
Coming up next, Sam Arnold against Argentina's Fernando Arias. Still got Perla Bazaldua, Sam Isaac, and heavyweight Cashin Chanas, and Alexander Flores to go. Third round scheduled for 8. Lawrence King looking smooth and good through 2.
You know, you work a lot of fights. I work with a lot of fighters. You can tell when a fighter's body looks ready to fight before they weigh in. It says a lot. You've seen fighters, Beto, that you can't believe they have to, by the way their body looks, they have to fight in 24 hours.
And that was King last fight. That did not happen because they couldn't come to an agreement. He missed weight. His opponent was like, no, I'm not changing too much. As King goes orthodox for a quick second. And I think that was the lesson learned.
Well, at 28 years old with an 18-1 record, you want to move on to the bigger stage. DMG is proving, as they move forward in 2026, they're going to take these fighters, Beto, that are ready for the world-class stage. They're going to take them to that next level. They have that ability. As you mentioned earlier, they signed Brandon Adams. He's getting ready to fight for a world title.
Who's in the corner of King tonight?
They have Sam Arnold, 14-0. With a win tonight, he's going to propel himself in the rankings. Heavyweight Cassius Chaney and Alexander Flores have both fought on bigger stages. They're setting the tone. And maybe Lawrence King finally said, you know what, I don't want to be left behind.
Well, also for King, don't you want to be a main event guy?
Absolutely.
I mean, nothing against fighting the 5th one of the night, but you want to be the main show.
And, you know, with his record after, if he wins tonight, he's 19-1. That's a nice record that you could, if you're in the rankings, somebody could call you for a big fight. And if the way he looks tonight, as he lands a good over the top right hook.
175-pound division is very interesting because Benavidez isn't there anymore. I'm not saying King is ready for a title or anything like that, but you could be moved.
And he's landed some good crisp shots. But here's the thing, he's not 9-0 or 9-1. You know, he's by the spring, he could be 20-1. And at 28 years old, I think it's time that he tries to move himself and his people move himself into that position.
I prefer to see how he closes his show. He started out strong.
I never like to get ahead of myself, but he's doing everything right now. And it's not because Delgado's not trying. He's a fighter.
No, he is.
He's a lunch pail type fighter, but I mean, look at his face. You know, he's taking more shots than a diabetic right now. I mean, Lawrence King is really sticking it on him. Good defense right there. He saw that coming, and he covered. He's smothering Delgado on the inside, and if he's, and you're going to probably look to see him start stepping around him so he can land those body shots and those uppercuts. As we close out round 3, and it's been more of the same, all Lawrence King. As we take a look at some action, Delgado lands a good right hand. Lawrence ties him up and then gets back to punching in range. And this is what I like right here. Nice long punches, using his right hand as his range finder. He's up down with it. He's just doing everything correctly right now. Really good action from round 3. He hasn't let his foot off the gas. And Delgado's face is really starting to show that he's been in a professional prize fight.
And King stays on his feet between rounds, smile in that corner.
The only thing I don't like about that is when you do get tired, you're going to sit down and people might notice. I always tell my fighters, sit down, get your heart rate down.
King's fired up right now.
Because last time I checked, sitting down is not as hard as standing up.
All right, so you've controlled the first 3 rounds. As we get to the middle portion of the fight, this is where you need to separate. You can't let a guy just hang around.
No, and I think he's shown that he can hit him with shots. He's backing up a guy that likes to come forward. You can see right there. His feet are good. And just like
right
that,
hand landed by Ludeco. That's what he wants to do. The journeyman wants to slug as he eats an uppercut. Up there's combinations now by King. And the fighter from San Bernardino is pouring it on here in the 4th. Okay, separate yourself.
Yeah, he took that like a champ, and he didn't retreat. He set his feet, and he said, okay, let's dig in now. Because I think that combination, that flurry took a lot out of Delgado. Even though he landed a couple of good shots, as my good friend Stephen Edwards, the bread man, always said, it's like running a wind sprint. How do most people feel after they run a wind sprint? I like what King's doing in the pocket. The thing is, he's sturdy. He's using his legs like shock absorbers, and he's landing some good body shots. There's a lot of body to hit right there, Beto.
Big knot on the left side of the eye for Delgado. Another shot landed by King. Delgado is a tough dude, man. He's taking some punishment here in the 4th round, but he's also dishing out a couple shots.
Yeah, I think he's in his...
Oh, good shot from Delgado.
Yes.
See, this is what Delgado wants to do. He wants to trade. King is giving him the fight he wants.
Well, the first 3 rounds, Lawrence King has maintained his range. Now what he is, his head and his body is in position for Delgado when he punches. He's there. So if he makes any mistakes defensively, as you see Delgado turn southpaw quickly.
King trying to go for the uppercut, deflected. Body shot from King. That got through to the breadbasket. Another body shot from King.
Now, the one thing I don't like that King's doing, though, he's walking in with his hands down. Earlier, he was maintaining range with a high guard.
So why don't you like that?
Well, because you're putting yourself in harm's way when you don't need to. He has the reach advantage. Use what God has given you. The only chance that Delgado has to win this fight is in this kind of space. Why give him that as he lands a good straight left hand?
King showing he can take a shot as well.
Yeah, he's a sturdy guy, but I don't like that he's falling over a little bit, and maybe he got a little tired those first 3 rounds, but I still like the fact that he's backing Delgado up.
That dig to the body. That stick is strong.
That was a tough shot.
Final seconds of an entertaining 4th round between Lawrence King and Marco El Muñeco Delgado in Long Beach, California.
Good close for Lawrence King, and he's really excited. And, you know, even though we were a little critical of the way he was fighting part of that round, he didn't seem to have a problem with it. And as you can see, Delgado is breathing hard. And we take a look at some action here. There's Delgado on the inside. He's covered up. He's looking for an opening. Lawrence King stepping right there with him. They're kind of pushing on each other. Delgado was looking for his opportunity. A little bit of a shoe shine as he's taking some good deep breaths. You can see the swelling. Their cut man is getting that in swell. I'd like to see a lot more direct pressure right there. They're missing an opportunity to keep that thing on there as long as they can.
So when it's something like you want to see the pressure to stay on?
Yes, you don't want to put on like you're putting on makeup. You want to grab the top of his head and put good direct pressure on there for 20 or 30 seconds. I don't like to be critical because I'm not in that corner, but with that eye swelling like that, every second counts.
So as soon as they get to the corner, you should just put that in.
Absolutely. That's the thing that can make the fight stop, and that has to be top priority.
That's the voice of Cutman extraordinaire Mike Rodriguez, working as a commentator tonight, doing a great job. I'm Beto Duran with you here from DMG Promotions at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. All right, so King showed in the last round that he can stand toe-to-toe with you, but now he's coming out with the distance.
Yes, and I think with Delgado, because he fights better in the first part of the round, the first minute and a half of the round, than he does the last minute of the round. And I think if King's smart, he's going to recognize that. And right now, he just needs to maintain range, use his jab. But, you know, I think Lawrence is looking for the knockout. He wants to make a statement.
Well, it'd be the first time that Delgado's ever been stopped if that happens.
You know, he's tired of people telling the potential is a hell of a thing to carry around your whole life. Good shots right there.
There it is. Body shot, went upstairs, a little bit below the belt. Gerard White warning King to keep it up.
I actually thought that was a good shot. It's hard to tell right now where the belt line is because of Delgado's trunks. Yeah. Something has gone a little bit awry in there with the cup.
Yeah, remember. Delgado just winging punches. But you gotta be careful because every now and then he'll land one just like that.
There, yep. But that doesn't seem to be bothering Lawrence too much. He's smothering a lot of that, and he's in the pocket, and he's definitely getting the better of it.
When you're a journeyman in the construction field, you're waking up early, working in the field, you're bad cliche, but you're taking that lunch pail to work, your hard hat, your boots. This guy really does it. So he's fighting for his life right now.
Yeah, you're talking about things that my dad and my grandfathers did, not me.
Yeah. I respect Delgado. You can only imagine his day. His go to work, works hard, father.
And then he goes to the gym.
Then he goes to the gym.
He doesn't have a nutritionist, I'm sure. There's nobody's strength and condition. He's probably going old school with some beans and rice.
Yeah, you got the lonchero taking care of him. This guy's tough, though.
He's very tough.
And he needs to keep his hands up.
If we needed some backup in the fight in the park.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I have respect for fighters like him because he's fought a lot of undefeated fighters. Lawrence King is a world-ranked light heavyweight. Good right hand. Best punch of the fight, and Delgado wore that thing.
But King is admiring his work.
Yes, he's happy with himself tonight. And I'm going to let him have his fun tonight, Beto. I'm going to let him be happy with him because obviously he got in tremendous shape.
Yeah, but right there, wouldn't you want to see him put you staggered him a bit. Wouldn't you want to see him jump on him?
Yes, and they're going to have the doctor look at Delgado.
One of the best in the business, Perlman Hicks. Dr. Hicks is checking him out.
Truly one of the best and one of the nicest men you will ever meet.
Yeah. Delgado's like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, man, I worked on top of a roof yesterday.
Yeah. Well, maybe today.
Yeah, and then we take a look at Delgado in the corner. Lawrence still standing up. He's not even breathing hard.
Nope, not at all. He looks real good.
And you see right there, that eye's going to swell. It could expand at any moment, and I'd really like to see some end swell on there. And here's the thing: you don't need a swab with adrenaline on any kind of trauma that's not open. What they needed right there was end swell.
Marco Delgado, you'll appreciate this, Mike. That is pro debut in 2016 at the Doubletree Hotel in Sacramento.
Okay.
He was working there. Then he also fought the late Ken Thompson show, the Omega products that they had in Sacramento back in 2017.
I was there.
Yep, he was working them. He's just working his way, the club guy. When he stepped up in competition, he lost to Peter Kamukov in Minneapolis in 2021.
And Peter Kamukov was here when with us.
Yeah, he was here a couple months ago. Yeah. And here's Delgado coming out.
He was an undefeated Olympian.
Lost to Javier Martinez on a top-ranked show back in 2022.
And speaking of that Doubletree in Sacramento, my cousin and I used to promote MMA fights at that same venue.
There we go.
Back about 2007.
So, those are the guys that, you got to battle out there.
I'm from that area.
Yeah.
Okay, I was born in Sacramento in the Roseville area and grew up in the East Bay near Oakland.
Yeah, so Delgado, he's been around. So he also fought at the Bakram Valiev against Tim Zhu's show in Orlando.
Yes.
In 2024.
See, that's where King's got to be careful because he's throwing a haymaker, and another guy whose only chance to win is to throw
one
a haymaker.
shot.
Yes.
Yep.
And I just always remember Amir Khan when he fought Breedis Prescott.
Oh yes.
And he was having his way. Lawrence needs to get back on his jab, especially since he's not tired. He's not laboring, Beto, at all.
Nah, he looks good.
He's pushing a guy back that likes to come forward. I like to see him be a little stiffer with his jab. And I like now also, too, he's not trying to load up on everything. He's picking the shots that he needs to load. And Delgado, even though he's still capable of landing a big shot, most of his shots aren't very hard right now.
Yeah, and Delgado has shown that he can take a shot upstairs. Why not go to the body?
Yeah, he's a sturdy guy.
There you go for King.
I'd like to see Lawrence get his hands up a little bit, get that high guard back to use that right jab as a rangefinder. He was having a lot of success, and he was actually able to land more power punch. Right now, he's forcing it a little bit, especially since he's not tired. He's in excellent shape.
Yeah, he looks real good.
It's almost like he's playing with his food a little bit right now. With about 30 seconds left, maybe his plan is to close the round out really strong. But here's what you're doing also. You're letting Delgado rest a little bit doing this. He's moving forward. Anybody moving forward is not going to use as much energy as they are going backwards.
And Delgado's been having trouble breathing, right? Like,
yes. I mean, he's tired. These end of the rounds are exhausting him. I mean, if this fight gets stopped, it may not be from punches, and maybe because why? Because he's exhausted.
Big shot landed by King. Final seconds of the round. King dominating here in Long Beach. As they're going to check on the eye again.
We take a look at some.
Oh, the fight has been stopped.
And I think that's a good call.
For the first time in his career, Delgado does not go the distance. The fight has been stopped. And I think it was the doctor's decision because Delgado is not happy right now.
Well, sometimes you got to save a guy from himself. And that stoppage coming at the end of the 6th round. And Team Lawrence King has to be extremely happy. DMG has got to be really happy. Lawrence King, maybe after one more fight, he's going to be ready for the big stage.
All right, so Delgado just told me the doctor stopped it. He wanted to keep going.
I don't think he's ever going to say, I don't want to fight anymore.
But we just want to get the clarification. Yeah, it was a good fight.
I would have liked to seen his corner work on that eye a little bit because my
give him a chance to
my
work on
philosophy is let me try to give my fighter one more round.
A guy like Delgado, it was a cut, but it wasn't nasty or anything like that. But regardless, though.
No, it was the swelling and the way it looked.
Yeah, because it was going into the eye.
And you know, Beto, that's why you want a real pro in your corner when it comes to those kind of things.
Yeah. All right, so Kaz will make it official between these two for our 5th fight of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gerard White calls a stop to the contest by advice from the doctor at the end of the 6th round for your winner by knockout, Lawrence King.
So Lawrence King gets win number 19 for Lawrence King. Marco Delgado falls to 8-7. And the big thing is there he stopped for the first time in his career.
Yes.
By the doctor, though, not by the fight.
19-1. The record books will show that it was a stoppage at the end of the 6th. As you see, a very happy Lawrence King with his kids.
I think a very happy jeweler also.
Absolutely.
All right, let's look at some of the highlights for this fight that was called at the end of the 6th round. It was all Lawrence King, Mike.
Yes, and it wasn't because Mr. Delgado was not game and ready to fight. He was just outclassed. He was outgunned. And I think Lawrence King showed the best version of himself tonight. And what a better way for him and DMG to start this new year off. Coming to the last day of January, we're going to get into the swing of things. Lawrence King had a good time tonight, and he looked spectacular as he gets his stoppage at the end of the 6th round.
Yeah, so 175-pound division is where Lawrence King will be competing, and that's an interesting division. It now has win number 19, so you can definitely find him something, maybe one of those former champions or move up, or maybe somebody who's up in the rankings that you have an opportunity to go up against. Bethel Durant here alongside Mike Rodriguez back here ringside. Mike, we've had 5 fights total, 3 of them via stoppages. Been a good flow tonight. Win so far for Jose Medrano, the 18-year-old from Salinas. He looked good in his second fight tonight.
He looked great. I think DMG, myself, and the fans here are going to want to see him make that trip from Northern California back down here again.
We got knockout for Valery Tatayev, the Russian, and then El Chucho Hernandez in his pro debut got the KO. 2 good KOs there.
Yeah, very good. You know, you got some heavyweights, and heavyweights are always going to pack a little bit bigger of a punch with some thunder.
And also a Mexican Olympian, Brianda Cruz, got the victory. We're on camera here, bro. Yeah. But if you want to look at my sheet, go ahead, bro. Brianda Cruz got the victory.
Yeah, the Mexican Olympian security. We almost had to call security on security.
Yeah, there you go.
She looked fantastic. She showed her fighting pedigree tonight, her Olympic pedigree. I think 5 or 6 more fights with the right opponents, and they can maneuver her into something really good.
All right, coming up next, Samuel Arnold, Perla Bazaldua. Also got Samuel Isaac, and then the heavyweights, Cassian Chaney and Alexander Flores. Samuel Arnold coming up next. You like him. He's got a good background. His dad's his trainer from Texas. This young man could be something.
Yes, and he's now with Francisco Espinoza and Sergio Diaz as his managers, who have managed many good fighters. I called his last fight. It wasn't very inspiring for the first 6 rounds. He must have got the memo. He ended up closing the show. And I think if he fought the whole fight like he did the last 2 rounds of his last fight, if he does that tonight, he's going to get off to a good start in 2026 as well.
From the Dialed Arena at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California, quickly becoming the spot for boxing in Southern California. Different promoters using it. Great job by the entire crew here. Top-notch facility. You think about it, running to the 710 freeway here in Long Beach, and they will take care of you. They have the boxing, they have the MMA, they have the Muay Thai, they have commercials. You want to shoot a video, you can do whatever you want here, Mike.
Man, if you don't know karate, you can know crazy around here.
They take care of you. Also, Perla Bazaldua coming up next, but the main event's going to be an interesting one. Cassius Chaney, Alexander Flores. These are some big boys, 258 and 262.
Yeah, you know, I've worked with Cassius Chaney. I've known Alex Flores for many years. If they're coming to a point in their career where these fights are must-win. They are must-win. Both of them still have big ambitions in this sport. Well, what better way to get it started off tonight than Friday night fights in Long Beach with DMG.
Coming up next, more action from the Dialed Arena at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California.
Adrenaline Plus presents the premier destination for combat sports returns to the center of the ring. Heart meets heat, and every strike is felt. This is Friday Night Fights. Live from Thunder Studios. The next edition hits Friday, February 27th. Don't miss a second of the action. Some people watch, others live it. This is where the edge of culture streams. No filters, no fake hype. Just non-stop adrenaline. Adrenaline Plus TV. Turn it all the way up.